To Libya, and forces loyal to the unity government have been pushing against the ISIL militants outside the city of Sirte. Armed forces have for days now been trying to retake the city, and Libya says its forces are making progress. That's despite a report by the United Nations saying ISIL is gaining ground in Libya. The report was obtained by news network Al Jazeera and has not yet been publicly released. Libyan forces, though, on Tuesday said they had retaken a second town from ISIL this week east of Sirte. Battles against the ISIL militants continue in Iraq as well. Iraqi forces faced tough resistance from the Islamic State group Tuesday as they attempted to enter the city of Fallujah, but there are also mounting fears for thousands of trapped civilians. Our correspondent Shun Calibs in Washington has the details.
Morale is high as Iraqi forces backed by Shiite and Sunni militias try to push their way into the embattled city of Fallujah. In the distance, smoke from large explosions. At least 50,000 civilians remain in Fallujah. The assault teams say they want to keep them out of harm's way.
One
of the obstacles delaying the assault on Fallujah is our concern for the safety of the civilians in Fallujah. We have urged people inside Fallujah to leave the city to spare them. We will do our utmost to protect them.
Commanders say they may even delay their push into the heart of the city in an effort to give people who remain trapped their best chance to escape. According to one relief organization, only about 3,700 people have made their way to freedom so far. Those who made their way out say ISIL militants are brutalizing citizens.
ISIL's ways are no secret to anyone. They have spared no efforts to hurt people. You've heard reports of soaring prices of flour, rice and sugar.
The beleaguered residents leaving Fallujah say what little food that remains inside is rotting and exorbitant in cost. The refugee arm of the United Nations says the heavy shelling is leading to civilian casualties and worse.
There are also reports of several hundred families being used as human shields by ISIL in the center of Fallujah.
One thing is certain. This is one of the largest battles to date against ISIL, which still holds large sections of land in Syria and Iraq.
What I want to affirm today is that the operation is going according to plan. Morale is high, and what we have achieved so far is beyond what we had expected.
Despite remaining upbeat, Iraqi military forces are facing a stiff opposition, and early in the morning had to ward off a counteroffensive by ISIL militants in the southern part of Fallujah. Iraqi commanders say that ISIL is using every method imaginable to slow the assault on the city. Sean Calibs, CCTV in Washington.